U.S. History B Virtual Interactive Notebook 1, Day 6, the First New Deal. Essential question, what did the First New Deal do? The main idea is First New Deal, and around that you will have 100 Days, CWA, and CCC. Last time I told you that FDR showed up on his inauguration having no idea how he was going to spend government money. He knew that he was going to borrow and spend. He didn't know how. So he invited the Brains Trust to advise him, and they told him a number of ways he could spend the money. And everything he came up with was a program, most of which put people to work in some way. And these programs were given acronyms. So, for example, USA is an acronym for United States of America. So these acronyms came to be known as the alphabet programs. So he had a bunch of alphabet programs that did different things. They put people to work in different ways, and all together they're called the alphabet programs. So the first 100 days of FDR's administration saw more legislation passed than at any other time in American history. And ever since then, presidents have been judged on their first 100 days. So if we elect Joe Biden instead of President Trump in the next election cycle, 100 days after then President Biden has been in office, the press will assess what has happened in his administration. And that all started with FDR because he managed to get so much done so very quickly. He had the entire country behind him. So the main thing that I want you to write down for 100 days is alphabet programs. So write down FDR passes alphabet programs. Now, the other thing that FDR did that was brand new was, remember that people had bought radios on credit. So lots of American families had radios. And at night, instead of gathering around the television, they would gather around the radio. And a lot of houses were still heated by fires at this time. So they would light a fire and they would listen to the radio. And FDR decided to use this new media, the radio, to tell people what government was doing for them. And they found it reassuring. And he called these fireside chats. So he would speak directly to the American people. There are examples on YouTube if you want to Google these, or if you want to search for them, you can listen to a fireside chat. So also, after 100 days, in addition to what you've already written, I want you to write down fireside chats and then define them. What were they? And what they were was FDR telling people what government was doing for them. And this was enormously popular and reassuring. After that, we have two alphabet programs that I'm actually going to hold you to on the test. They were two of his most popular and important alphabet programs. So the first one is the CCC. You're going to click on a video link, and you're going to, from this video, learn a few things and write them down in your notes. Thing number one, what is the CCC's full name? Thing number two, who did it employ? And I'm looking for the gender of people and their age. And then thing number three, what did they do and where? They worked in a very specific way in very specific places. Oh, I'm sorry, there's another thing. Thing number four, how were they paid? This is pretty interesting. They weren't paid like people are paid today. They had to actually do something with their money. So I answered those four questions, and they're all written down in the VINB that I gave you. After that, you're going to read this snippet. It comes from, I think I got it from, one second. That's a moped. I got it from encyclopedia.com. It's not from your textbook, and it's about the CWA. So I want to know, what is the full name of the CWA? All right. What did it do, and who did it employ? So what is the full name of the CWA? What did it do, and who did it employ? After that, I want you to find a poster for the CCC or the CWA. And the reason why I want you to do that is FDR actually hired artists out of art school to create New Deal posters, and there's a whole lot of them. And it's maybe less savory, but they influence propaganda posters in another country, and we'll see if you can figure out who that might have been. It's not great, but it is what it is. So your output is to find a poster, an actual poster on Google Images or wherever, from the Depression, advertising the CCC and the CWA. All right? And that'll do it for day 6. See you tomorrow for day 7. Almost home.